Quick cancer, I think we call these cancer survivor tips. So I had some questions about my experience removing my port, and I just wanted to give you the quick lowdown on it. This was my experience only. Mine was done outpatient in interventional radiology at the hospital, and they told me it would be 2 hours, and I think it was closer to 3 or 4, but I think that's just kind of the way it goes at the hospital, in my opinion. It was no general anesthesia. There was only a local. I actually drove myself there and home. There was no issue with that. I don't believe there was any restriction on what I could eat during the day if I wanted to eat, and I took all my regular medications. The only thing they wanted you to kind of hold back on is if you had any medications that were blood thinners for obvious reasons. Trying to think if there's any other bits of news. I think somebody asked me about the pain associated with the port removal. So my experience, I've had 2 ports and 2 port removals and two different experiences. So I'm just going to share that with you. My general experience with any surgery is that when whatever the thing is bothering me or aggravating or hurting, then the surgery to remove it and the subsequent healing seems like not a big deal. And when it's not bothering me, then the surgery to remove it is kind of, there's obviously discomfort and everything else. So this most recent port that I had didn't bother me in the slightest for the entire time it was in. And the removal was, it was sore. It was uncomfortable. It wasn't unbearable. I don't think I took any hard medication, and maybe some Tylenol or ibuprofen, once or twice, but nothing much on the pain scale. It was pretty low on the pain scale. I did ice it, but otherwise, my first port bothered me immensely the entire time it was in for months. And when it finally came out, I was so comfortable compared to the low-level pain that I had all the time. Now, I'm sure it was the same pain both times, honestly, because it's a little surgery that you're having. But because it was bothering me the whole time, getting it out felt better. And had the same experience with my implants. When the implants came out in January, because I always have this low-level pain on the left side, when it came out, I was so relieved. And I'm sure there was pain associated with the surgery because I had a surgery, but hardly bothered me at all. So that's my experience. Hope that helps. If you had your port out and you want to share your experience, or if you had a different experience or the same, share it down below in the comments. Let's get it going, and for anybody who has questions about it. Thanks. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Be well.